Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. And I'm going to do a brief video per request because I've had a couple of people ask me this question that's thinking about learning how to play an instrument, not necessarily just guitar, but keyboards or whatever. And they asked me, is it a good idea to try to teach yourself? And my opinion, being a professional guitar player, is no, because you don't know what you don't know. I mean, if you can financially, it's best to try to get someone to know how to do what you're trying to do, as meaning a music teacher. Because what's going to happen is this, and I can tell you this is going to happen. You know nothing about playing guitar, and you go on your search, you try to self-teach your stuff. What you're going to start doing is teaching yourself habits or techniques that are not going to be good for you as a player, and they're incorrect. And then somewhere down the line, when you get frustrated 2 years later and you ain't making any grounds, you then eventually go find a teacher and you show him what you've learned over the years. He's going to tell you everything you're doing is incorrect. So now we got to reprogram your brain to do it right. And once you kind of start something in that sense, it's going to be kind of hard to reprogram your brain. Because I'll give you a good example. I've been playing keyboard almost as long as I've been playing guitar. And I play guitar on a professional level. I don't play keyboard on a professional level. Why? Because I decided to try to teach myself keyboard, and everything that I've taught myself has been ingrained in my brain, and I can't erase it. And when I try to do it the correct way, quote unquote, it's just foreign to me, and my hands don't want to do it, and my brain ain't working with my hands. So I've come to the fact, and I've accepted the fact that I'm just going to be a guy that plays guitar and play a little keyboards in the band when it's needed, and it is what it is. I mean, I would like to be this concert type of piano player, because old school Larry hit the nail on the head. He said, to me, you are a piano player playing guitar. I said, you're absolutely right, Larry, because that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I do. So it's interesting that Larry caught that. So, again, not a good idea. I mean, it's just not a good idea. You're going to lose a lot of precious time trying to teach yourself stuff that you know nothing about. And then you go on YouTube now, since we have the internet, and watching people's fingers and trying to do what they do, but don't know why they're doing it. And you just doing it because they doing it, but you don't know why they're doing it. Or should I say, you don't know why you're doing it other than watching them. So I really don't recommend that. I mean, many years ago, it was pretty expensive to learn how to play any instrument. But now since you got people that can help you, and save a lot of money, because again, this is not really a sales pitch for my DVDs, but this is a perfect time to just mention this. The stuff that I put in my DVDs, which is close to 7 hours, you would not find anywhere else for any price. Traditional guitar lessons cost you about $60 an hour. You go 4 times a week. That's $240 a month. That's a car note. And then within that 1 month of spending $240, you really haven't learned anything or learned enough to play anything yet, because the process of that way of teaching you takes a long time. You probably won't see any noticeable difference in your playing until about 6 or 7 months into that program. And by then, you done spent thousands of dollars. I mean, literally over $1,000 more, almost two. Again, $240 a month times 7. But with my lessons, I take all that stuff out. For $35, and that's all you got to pay. That's it. There's no additional continuing paying monthly. I walk you through stuff that you need to know to play guitar. There is no fluff. There is no, well, I was taught this way, so I'm gonna teach them this way, even though there's an accelerated way, and not to be confused with cutting corners. Like I said, for $35 for 7 DVDs, close to 7 hours, you get more than enough information to play the stuff on the radio, because that's what we all initially want to do when we want to first start playing. We hear stuff like, man, I like to play and play that kind of stuff. From day one, I start you on the process of learning how to play that stuff, as opposed to the traditional teachers tell you, no, well, you won't be able to do that for about a whole year. That's nonsense. And then they teach you stuff that you would never use and they feel that the stuff on the radio is too complicated. It's not complicated at all. It really isn't. You just need to know what you need to do. That's it. And like I said with my DVDs, which also comes with this chord chart, 90% of the stuff off the radio, just these two hand grips. Building a chord on the E string, building a chord on the A string. And really, they're the same chords. You're learning on different strings. And the reason why you need to know these two, at least, they call inversions. And the reason why you need to know at least two inversions because you're playing, say for instance, C major 7 chord run on the A string. And you're listening to the song and you say to yourself, this is not bright enough, it's too dark. So then you slide your hand down and build that same chord on the E string. Boom. It sounds like this is the chord that the guy playing on the radio, because the majority of stuff on the radio is either two chord inversions, two inversions. Every blue moon you might need to play a third one, which I'll walk you through how to do that. But for the most part, just these two chords here. And you can play all the songs on the radio right now. Because the stuff on the radio now is just like 3 chords these days versus the stuff from the 60s that was like several chords, then there was a chord change, and then there's a bridge. Majority of stuff now is just 3 chords going through the entire song. Every blue moon now you hear songs that have a bridge or change in the keys. They just don't do that anymore. And one reason, because things don't stay the same. Everything evolves. Whether it's a good evolution or a bad one, it doesn't stay the same for 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 years. So if you're interested in learning and learning the right way, and not just watching some dude on the internet watching his fingers, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be basically regurgitating finger grips and trying to memorize this, because that's not the route you want to take. The route you want to take is having somebody teach you properly, and you play accordingly. And it's not that difficult. And people might be saying right now, well, it's not for you because you play it like it's real easy. No, I've been playing for years, since I was 13. And of course, the more you do whatever, the better you become. But it's not that difficult. And it only took me a longer period of time because I couldn't find the right person or individuals that showed me the proper way to accelerate my playing. And that's what's so special about my DVD guitar lesson program. I give you the accelerated rate. Again, not to be confused with taking shortcuts. I cut out all the stuff that you don't need, and then I give you what you need to play the stuff that you want to play off the radio, like my covers. I got close to maybe 4,000 covers combined on both of these channels, and I'm playing a range of styles of music, not just R&B or not just pop or whatever. And I can teach you guys to do the same, because again, if I would have been given this program when I first started playing, I would have been playing extremely well within a year. I mean, really, within a year, as opposed to several years, because I couldn't find the right music teacher to teach me what I wanted to learn. Because I'm like most people, I got frustrated. I went to this guy, and I was like, man, this ain't going nowhere. Then I go to another guy, he basically teach me the same thing. This still ain't going nowhere. Go to the third guy, same stuff. And it's like, man, are they, teaching from the same manual? Apparently so. I met one gentleman from the Conservatory of Music in Chicago many years ago, and within a week of teaching or learning with him, he only had one session. That's because it was kind of expensive, but I was planning on going back. But after he gave me the program that he gave me, I'm like, I really don't have to go back. I just got to study this and practice this and get better. That's it. Instead of just keep going back and getting spoon-fed stuff, it's like he gave me everything that I needed to know to kick the door down, to say, okay, I can play now and play well. So again, I can do the same for any one of you guys that are serious about your playing. $35 investment in your playing is peanuts, because I've ran across a few people that just thought $35 was too much. Have a good day, because you're going to go out there and spend 7 times more than that on any other program, and that just lets me know that you're not serious, because this is an investment in you. This ain't about you giving me $35. It's about you making an investment in yourself to become a better guitar player. That's what this is about, but there's some people that don't understand that concept. They just think that they're going to get stuff for free. And it's like, what can I tell you, But on that note, I'm going to sign off until next time. Take care. If you're interested, $35. My PayPal information is right down there. Then I'll send you an email saying I got your payment. Then I'll send out your DVDs the very next day. So next time, take care. Thanks for watching.